I can freeze time. Look at my wrist. Bloodline and Lion of Judah, I'm hybrid. Cause I'm the go-to. Trying to reign forever, man. Who chose you? Niggas thinking that they high. I say I'm cold too. Never go against the cold or it's cold blue. That's my vibe with it. I got 10% of your memory. Pay tithes with it. Keep a piece of your apple so I don't FaceTime with it. If we fall out, I don't burn bridges, I bomb bridges. Can't deny the truth for greatness. Fall in line with it. Can't beat us, join us. One West where you find niggas. Rap what I rap about. Don't confuse my squad, nigga. The difference is we know you hope that God enjoy the fruits of my labor with a banana clip. My mind different. You would think that Bitcoin fell the way these stockpiling. Green beans with supersonic rays. I am not island. Be a high head, get a heat seeker, so stop wildin'. Big dog to you little pups, so stop growling. I'm my only competition, there is no challenge. I do this in my sleep, man, I am not lying. Different breed, pick a choose, I can switch the lead. Ain't no up in the score, cause we ain't switching leads. Watch who you call your dog or you be picking fleas. Or get a drum roll like a 2-piece and a biscuit, please. You ain't got enough stripes just to sit with me. On top of the food chain, you can't get with me. Coded to the common code, you ain't as sick as me. Moses to your wave, got a stamp that can split your seed. I make everything high. I took a bar off, all I did was breathe. Championship games, I treat them as practice. Look at niggas' career high like, yeah, that's what I average. I do this with my eyes closed and walking backwards. See, I call them trophies, but you know them as caskets. Everybody energy change up when it's static. T.I. with the fittest, too many ways niggas cap it. We taking new soldiers every day, put your app in. Taking new soldiers every day, put your app in.
Okay, that's enough, man. That's enough, man. We done.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. U.P.K, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. U.P.K, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece home. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. U.P.K, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. U.P.K play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. U.P.K shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, boy? Stretch by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Yo. Shalom, 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 shalom. Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Thumb to you brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Thumb by Hashem Shai to you sisters. With the I.S.U.P.K coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Command and John YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? It's just Thursday. Scripture breakdown. My name is Officer Apayat. In Arizona. Once again, we got classes Tuesday through Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We got classes from on Saturday, Sabbath service from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm saying to all Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the most I require you to be in class. Most I require you to come down, get in class. I'm saying you brothers, you definitely want to get in class, especially the time that we're living in today, the wartime that we're living in today. The Most High said, you want to gather yourself together, a nation not desired. I'm saying the nation that's not desired is the Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. In fact, I'm gonna pull that right now. Most High is asking all Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to gather themselves together. It's in Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. So I'm gonna jump to Zephaniah real quick before we get going. Zephaniah 2 and 1 says, gather yourself together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. The nation that's not desired is Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? So-called Black people, Native American people. And you see what's going on with the Hispanic people, right? Mexican people. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, so we're here living here in Arizona, so you definitely can understand when I said the Mexicans are going through it right now. And most I was asking for the Mexicans and the Blacks. We always hear in the hood, like, man, if Black and Mexicans ever come together, this shit is over with. Well, the Most High is requiring you to come together. That's what the Most High is trying to compel you to do. That's the reason why Trump is here. That's the reason why they're putting all these law and statutes in. And today, talking about building up Guantanamo Bay prison to lock all Black and Hispanics in there. They're talking about deporting all the Mexican brothers, the Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, you name it. They're talking about deporting all 11 tribes, right? And I say 11 tribes, meaning they wanted to leave the tribe of Judah here by themselves, and hoping that if they get rid of the 11 tribe, the tribe of Judah will be to their mercy. That's what they're hoping for, right? But Mosai is saying that he wants the nation of Israel to gather themselves together, right? I'll read it again. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Therefore, or Slakia, verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. So what you want to do is Most High is telling you, like, before the Lord's anger come upon you. How you gonna know the Lord's anger come upon you? When all these white militia start storming the streets. I'm saying all you sisters out there say, oh, I don't need no man. I guarantee you're gonna need a man that day. I guarantee you're gonna get a man that day. The only thing can match the ferocity and the type of demon that's gonna be coming at you is gonna take a strong man, right? The man that can match fire with fire when that time comes. Of course, a righteous man, right? And that's what the Most High is saying, that for his anger come upon you. I'm saying the Most High is asking for the Mexicans to come together, the Blacks to come together. You know what I'm saying? The Native Americans to come together before his anger come and visit us, right? And you ask yourself, like, damn, is the Most High not visit us already? We've been in hell. What the Most High is saying is, what's coming is nothing that you have ever seen before, or rather you have seen before, but Most High is revisiting it again, because we know there's nothing new under the sun. Meaning we forgot, right? But subconsciously, it's been here before. We've been through this before, and the Most High said he's going to bring it on us again, but he's requiring us to come together, right? Verse 3 said, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. You know what the Most High said about the meek, right? The Most High said the meek shall inherit the earth. I'm going to pull that for you right now coming up. All ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. I'm saying the Most High is saying what? Those that are meekful, you know what I'm saying? Those that are, and what does it mean to be meek, right? I keep bringing that word up. I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get the standard like internet definition, right? Someone that's meek. Meek is quiet, gentle, and easy, imposed, submissive, right? Um, some similarities for meek is like quiet, gentle, shy, forbearing, long suffering, patient, right? These are things of the meek. And who carry those things? Usually the poor carry those things, right? The ones that's poor in, not so much poor in spirit, but like physically poor, the low of this earth, right? That's why you hear the general say, what? Rich people, it's going to be hard for the rich to be meek. You imagine that? It's hard for the rich to be meek, man. Why? Because they're rich, right? They can't be meek, they're rich. So that's what the Most High is saying, right? And let me get that scripture, I promise you right now. The Most High said, the meek shall inherit the earth, right? You find that in Matthew's 5:5, right? And we all know Matthew's, who's talking to Matthew's. Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. This is in red letters, right? So you know this is Christ speaking. Anybody that familiar with the Bible, you have some history with the Bible, you know that red letters mean that Christ is speaking, right? Christ says what? Blessed are the meek. I mean, the meek is blessed, for they shall inherit the earth. Here's one thing the Most High um, would not go against, and that is the Most High would not go against his decree that he set here on this earth, right? Most High saying the meek shall inherit the earth. So if you're a woman, you a man, you a brother, your life's hard, or whatever the hell it is, if the Most High is saying to you is the meek shall inherit the earth, you want to make sure you're meekful, right? Not that the troubles won't come your way, but it's how you respond to those troubles that come your way. There's some people that's living rich and they never had no problems and they live and they're happy and all that. Or not say they're happy every day, but they haven't had any real hardship and struggle. And the minute the little struggle and the hardship goes, they forget about their God, right? They forget about their discipline. They forget about everything that they've, all of the years on that they've put in, right? They forgot about that. And there's other people that when that trouble comes, like they embrace it, right? They embrace the hardship that's come because they know what? When there's hardship comes, we all know there's what? There's good to come around the corner. So we want to make sure you be meekful, right? Another form of meek I want to say is see the story of Job. Job was a meek. Job was not an Israelite. I'm saying don't quote me on that. I think I want to say Job was not an Israelite, but the Job story. I think is Job in the New Testament. Let's see if Job was in the New Testament. I want to say, okay, Job was in the Old Testament, but Job was before. Yes, Job's in the Old Testament. Job was before like in fact, we touch on that another time. I want to say I'm about to get a correct breakdown on Job. I'm almost 95% sure Job was not an Israelite, right? But this is a Job story is a story that for Israelite to learn from, right? This is a man that's not an Israelite, right? But you see how he carried himself and how he dealt with how meek he was in his relationship to our God, right? What I mean by that is, so if you know the story about Job, Job was a man that had everything, right? Job was a rich and plentiful man, right? And Job, him having everything, that was taken away from him, right? So the angels went and besought it to the Lord, and the Lord is like, man, look at Job, right? Job, you can't say ain't no good down here. Look at Job. Job is serving me. Job is doing what he's supposed to be doing. The angels are like, man, Job ain't nothing. Me paraphrasing, right? Job ain't shit. Job ain't nothing. Like Job is all doing everything you say. He's righteous because his life is great. The angels are like, man, it's of course he's following you. His life is great. You give him everything. He has everything. He has his wives. I mean, he has his kids. He has land. He has riches. People, his reputation is upstanding, right? They're like, man, Job ain't nothing. He ain't nothing. Like he's everything. He's only loyal to you based off what you gave to him. Most guys like, well, all right. Well, tell you what. Go ahead and take those things from him, but you can't take his life. Don't kill Job. So the angels went down. They took everything from Job. They took his kids. You know what I'm saying? Then they took his wife, his land. Job got really sick, really, really sick. His friends was like scorning him. They didn't want to come around him, right? Or the ones that came and seen him, they like, damn, the Most High is against him. Like, look how bad he is, right? So they started talking down to Job. His wife, Job's wife, came to him and said, "Curse the Lord." Well, he's still following him for. He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't SHIT, right? He ain't nothing. And Job says, "What? Shut up, woman," right? Me paraphrasing once again. He said, "Woman, shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about." Which what Job showed was, with him not being an Israelite, Job showed what Adam should have done, right? Adam should have told Eve to shut her mouth. That's what Adam should have told Eve. You know what I'm saying? Adam didn't do that, what Job did. So Adam had to reap the curse of the Most High. But that's another story of a little quick story of how to be meekful, right? Globus was meek, what you call a meekful man. We call a man of good character, right? Patient man, right? So what we're gonna do is Slovakia. Let me get Slovakia, give me a minute. I'm reading some of this comment. Hey, Shalom Trooper. Anakadum. Hey, Shalom Up. What that name mean, Up? I never heard that before. That's a unique name. What that name mean? Someone said humble, Khan. Right? Yeah, so we're gonna jump right into today's lesson. Today's lesson is about, man, wisdom, right? You see the title, right? Today's lesson is about wisdom. How to, especially the time that we're living in today and the calamity that we're under today, you want to move as a wise man and woman today, right? You want to make sure, like, with everything going on today, you don't want to let pride, your vanity destroy you, destroy your soul, right? And destroy everybody around you. I mean, if you're a man, you're responsible for people. You don't want to allow what's going on today, in today's time, what's going on right now. You don't want to allow that to pull you away from the truth, right? You want to gain wisdom during this time. You don't want to be quick to anger. You want to be quick to a lot of stuff today. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to go into today, how to maneuver and how to deal with the time that we're in, right? So first off, we're going to start off with Ecclesiasticus, right? In the Apocrypha. We're going to start. In fact, I'm going to read it out of here. I don't know which I want to read out of. I'll read out of the book. I want to read it out of. So we're going to start off with Ecclesiasticus, right? In the Apocrypha. If anyone want to know, not Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, right? In the Apocrypha. So if you have a phone, you want to download the King James Version 1611 with the Apocrypha, right? With the Apocrypha books in it. And that'll get you, and you go into the book of your Apocrypha, you're going to see the Ecclesiasticus. So we're going to start at verse 3 and 21. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 21 says, "Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength." Why is that wise, right? Why is that wise? It's saying that, I'm reading it again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 21 says, "Seek not out the things that are hard, or that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength." So why is that wise today, right? Most High in Christ, forbearing to cry. That's a strong name, Shalom, Shalom. I hope to see you at the Passover. So why is that important not to seek out? You ever heard of saying, see, I'm a Benjamite. I come from like Kingston, Jamaica, right? Out of the slums, right? And one of the things in the slums, whether you're in Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico, or Michoacan, whether you're in Chicago, Brooklyn, there's certain kind of people that come out the slums, right? And I remember one of the tales that we had from those type of people that came out the slums. One of the things that I remember hearing when I was a child was, don't pick up more than you can carry. I mean, if you heard that before, let me know if y'all heard that before, right? You never pick up more than what you can carry, right? Never pick up a load in which you can't carry. This is what the Most High is saying here. I'll give you an example, right? The Bible also speak on, the Most High said, it is not wise, right, to to seek out which the things that you can't understand. It's me paraphrasing, right? I forgot what scripture it is. Not to seek out the things that in which you can't understand. There's earthly things. There's things on earth that me and you can't understand. So why would you seek out heavenly things? That's why the people that want to study the stars and the zodiacs and the this and the that, or you know what I mean? People want to go, as they call it, a third eye, and they want to go out of space. These are the same people that can't understand why they can't get off weed, right? These are the same people that can't understand why their father left them or their mother despised them, or you know, these are the same people that can't, they don't even know that, but yet still they want to tap into something that they do not understand. That's what the Most High is saying. I mean, that go in a form of being wise. You want to deal with the things in which you can control, right? You want to deal with the things in which you can understand. You know what I'm saying? Take case in point, the times that we're living in today, you can't control what Donald Trump and white America do. You cannot control that. Me nor you can't control that, right? But here's what we can control. We can control whether we watch pornography, right? We can control whether we lust after women, right? Whether we're whoremongers, you can sleep with a woman and throw her away, right? We can control these things, right? We can control whether you go step out on your husband. You can control those things, right? You can control whether they eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. You can control those things. The Most High is saying is, he's saying, worry about that in which you can control. Don't worry about the things that you can't control. You know what I'm saying? You worrying and you, oh my God, what is Trump going to do? And crying. And the sister, Selena Gomez, right? The video, I wish I could share it on here. I wish there's a way for me to share it on here. But if you go on your phone and you look up Selena Gomez, think if you don't know who Selena Gomez is, type in Selena Gomez. The minute you type her name in YouTube, you should see her latest story pop up. But anyway, she was crying for the Mexican people. She's crying. She's saying that my people are in a lot of pain. They're I think she's saying that they're persecuting her people. The sister has the right spirit, right? That's what the Most High say. What? Israel, we have a zeal for the Most High, but for a lack of knowledge. We don't have the knowledge to serve the Most High, right? If you hear it in that same video when she was crying, she said it. She said, I don't know what to do, right? I don't know how I can help them. Meaning the Mexican brothers that's getting deported and getting round up and deported on the border, right? Here's why that's important, right? The Most High is saying, like, take Selena Gomez, for instance. Her zeal, her spirit is in the right place, right? You should feel, you are your brother's keeper. You should feel sad for your brothers. Now, how to go about it? Here's what Selena Gomez want to do. She want to not sleep with white men, right? She want to not sleep with white men. She want to not be a whore, right? She want to not smoke crack, do weed. I don't know if she do these. As far as the white man thing go, I know she do that, right? Because the sister, I want to say, what's that cat's name that sings that baby? I forgot what his name is, but I know she was with countless other Edomites, right? So these are the things that you can control, sis. So you want to focus on that, which you can control. You cannot love the Mexicans and also love the person oppressing the Mexicans. It doesn't make sense. Like, I can't love Donald Trump and love the Mexicans. It doesn't make sense, right? You can't. You have to love one and hate the other. It's only natural, right? You can't love wickedness and also love righteousness. It doesn't make sense. That's confusion. So we're going to read it again, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 21. And it says, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength, right? That's not your strength. Your strength is not to worry about politics, and you don't even know the three branches of government, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's not your strength. Your strength should be in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, paying your tithes and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what your strength should be. We're going to jump back a little bit, right? I think I jump ahead of myself. We're going to go to chapter 1, Ecclesiastes chapter 1. I might just read it out of this, man, because Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 14. It says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Meaning, ever since you were in the womb, the righteous man and woman, you were the Most High say, right? There's nothing new under the sun. There's absolutely nothing new under the sun, right? Meaning that what? What am I saying? You see the same people that walked with Christ back then, these are the same people that's going to walk with Christ today. There's absolutely nothing new under the sun. You would not find, it may be new to me and you, but the Most High is letting you know that these things have been here before, right? What I mean by saying that is what? In fact, let me read it again. 114 again from the top, and then I'll jump in. It said to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb, right? What do you mean by the faithful in the womb? Somebody say what? Oh, you more than you could chew. Con. Justin Bieber, that's the one, right? The water says that's the one right there. That's the one right there. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was one I was talking about. What does it mean when it says, the Most I said in 14, it was created with the faithful in the womb? What does the Most I mean by that? Anybody can answer that for me. I'm reading from the top again. It says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. What does it mean it was created with the faithful in the womb? Anybody can answer that for me, right? What does the Most High mean that to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb? I kind of low-key gave it away a little bit earlier. If you listen to what I said a little bit earlier, I kind of gave it away, right? Give about 10 seconds. Anybody can tell me what that means. And you know what the Most High also said, right? He said about in Proverbs, right? You find out also in Proverbs where it said to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? That's what the Most High said, a precept upon precept, here a little and there a little, right? Same thing you're reading here, the same thing you're going to read in Proverbs, right? Which we can also pull that for you too. Now, I'm going to give you the answer to 21, right? So when it said that, the Most High said in verse Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 14, it says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? And it was created with the faithful in the womb. Earlier I said the same thing. I'll say it again. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Absolutely nothing new under the sun. The same one that walked with Christ back then, walked with the Most High back then, they're the same one that's going to rock with the Most High today. Same exact ones going to rock with the Most High today, right? What it means by that is, ever since the womb, they have the righteous man and woman, they had that in them from the womb. They had that in them, right? Just like Christ had it in them, right? That's what they said that what? You want to have the spirit of Christ. Your Christians always use, you want to have the spirit of Christ, the spirit of Christ. That's what it means from the womb, right? We all know that us here in the truth, we know that there's a certain zeal you have since you're a kid to make sure, like, you had a conscience of the right and wrong, right? The things I used to do wrong, I knew it was wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? I knew, you feel it in your mind. When we said the heart is really the mind, and you know it's wrong, right? The Most High is saying here, the righteousness, right? The ones that fear the Most High, they were created from the womb, meaning they cannot get away from it, right? At all. Even from the very beginning of life, before birth, one should be dedicated and live with integrity. It's like it doesn't mean that the Spirit is with us because we are born into Israel. Yeah, you were born into Israel, yes. I'll take that. Okay, you can also use a precept for that. And the other one too about you shall dedicate yourself to God. And yes, I'll take both of those, right? So the Most I saying is from the womb, right? From the womb, he knew his own. That's what the Most I say is. He's like a paraphrasing. He's like a what is called a sheep herder, and his cat, like his sheep knows, they know him, right? They follow him. They know their owner's voice, right? It's like a wife, right? A wife can pick out a good wife. She can pick out her husband's voice, right? She know, like, have a 100-man lineup and they all talk, or 10-man lineup, they all talk. She could pick her husband's voice out. And most I saying that his righteousness or his righteous ones were waged from the womb, from their mother's womb, right? And that's important. Why? Because once again, how do you maneuver in this world is you have to be wise, right? You need the protection of the Most High in today's time, especially how the world is looking today. You need the I.S.U.P.K. You need to keep teaching the law, statutes, and commandments. You need to be in the house, right? The I.S.U.P.K and the Command and General YAHANNA. That's why that's important. We're going to jump up to 4 and 10, right? We're going to be in Ecclesiastes for a minute, right? We're going to jump up to now Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 10. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 10 says, be as a father upon the fatherless. What does that mean? What does that mean to be upon the father? Be as a father upon the fatherless. Right? Who's the fatherless today? Israel's the fatherless today, right? Israelites are the fatherless today. That's the reason why you have so many households. What happened? I think they said the study shows like 70% or something like that. I want to say it's probably a little bit south of that though. I don't think 70 is high, right? 70% is high of black fathers, like single like mother households, right? In the black community. I want to say like, so basically you have kids that do not have their fathers in the black household. That right there is a recipe for disaster, right? There's a recipe for disaster. Most I saying what? Righteous ones, right? Verse 10, it says, be as a father upon the fatherless, and instead of an husband upon their mother, so shalt thou be as a son to the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother does. What does that mean, right? The Most High is saying this. The last part is pretty self-explanatory. The Most High is saying that if you love me the way one will love their mother, Most High said, I will love you even more than your mother, right? So the Most High saying, you want to be a righteous man, you want to be a father upon the fatherless. What does it mean? Like the ones who don't know guidance, right? The ones without no hope. That's what the I.S.U.P.K, the priests and prophets do. In the I.S.U.P.K, we're the father into the fatherless, right? The Commander General YAHANNA, right? General Muhammad. These men were fathers upon the fatherless. Physically, right? Not so much physically. Like you have a lot of brothers in here that probably don't have fathers, right? In the school that don't have fathers, right? And their father is what? Right here, right? Like the generals, right? Like the ones that teach the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what I.S.U.P.K has been preaching, like been going out there in the streets and been trying to knock it in people's heads since '69, right? You want to be a father unto the fatherless, right? And instead of a husband unto their mother, what does it mean? And instead of an husband unto their mother. What does that mean? Anybody can tell me what that means? Hold on, Salaki. I'm getting even from the very beginning of life before birth, one dedicated. Okay, I see now one already. Back to Karen. Father there, especially when they're who can tell me what that means, right? It says, and instead of a husband unto their mother. What does that mean? Salaki, give me 1 minute. Hey, Shalom, y'all watch more stuff. It's good, huh? Nah, I was running late. I'm in class, huh? I'm live right now in class, huh? All right, no sir. Shalom stuff. Salaki on that. But what does that mean, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead as a husband unto their mother. Right? What does a man, how does a man feel about his mother? And the Most High say what? So shalt thou be as a son unto the Most High. I mean, as you are a son to your mother, like so is the Most High is a father to you, right? And he shall love thee more than thy mother does. And the Most High is going to love you double until your mother can ever love you. Why? The Most High can give you eternal life. See, your mother push you out, right? But she can only do so much being as a woman. The Most High is saying that I can give you guidance, I can protect you, right? I can make sure you have everlasting life. That's what the Most High do for you, right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our Ecclesiasticus. Now we're going to jump down to 6 and verse 6, right? Ecclesiasticus 6 and 6. Be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. Why is that wise, right? Why is that wise? Don't forget, this class is about wisdom, right? Why is that wise? Anybody can tell me why that wise, right? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read it again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 6. It says, be in peace with many. Be peaceful with many, right? Then it says, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. What does that mean? What does that mean? Tell me, why is that wise? Not so much why does it mean? Why is it wise to have one counselor out of 1,000? Like, right? Put like this, right? You find a lot of people out there, right, that read a lot of books, right? The number one common thing with people that read a lot of books is I hear the same thing with them, right? Oh, I read a little bit of Buddha. I read a little bit of the Quran. I read a little bit of the Bible. I read a little bit of Egyptologists. I don't know, any other religion out there, right? And what they'll say is, I take a little bit from all of them, and I believe life is about just being pure and loving people, and not, you know, you read people's common thing with people that read a lot of books, right? Why is it unwise to have one counselor out of thousands, right? Of 1,000 counselors. Why is it unwise? It's like it means to teach others how to act through your actions and share your wisdom, even if you don't know them personally. Khan, I definitely take that. To behave towards one's mother as if she's were their wife. So define that for me. Break that down for me, what you're trying to say. To behave towards one mother as if they're, explain that to me. What is that? But and I'm gonna give the answer to this one, right? I'm trying to get through this. The Most High is saying the reason why it's wise to have you don't want to have many counselors is because having many counselors would open you to for there to be many confusions, right? Because one counselor could say this, one counselor could say that, the other one could say something else, and this one is saying something else. The reason why it's wise to have but one counselor, right? That's the reason why the Most High say what? There's no such thing as being lukewarm, right? But this Bible, you got to be on fire. There's only one way to be. You have to be on fire. A person that have many counselors, they're lukewarm, man. They're lukewarm. But a person that have only one counselor, it's like a fist, right? A person that have only one counselor, that's strength. That's what you want to have. If the reason being you don't want to, that wisdom right there is confusion, right? I'm gonna read it again. It says, be in peace with many. Nevertheless, meaning you want to be kind, right? Be peaceful with many, right? Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. I mean, you want to have that one person, right? No matter what, that one person you can go to. That's why that's important, right? Rather than you having to go through many, this and that person. It's like a woman, right? Take a woman that was born, right? And only been with one man. That woman right there, that woman has less confusion. You see a woman that's had been with many men, that woman will be a confused woman. That's why you see a lot of them is bugged out of their mind. They're early when I brought up the stars, they want to read the stars and the signs and this, and the reason being is because that's a woman that her soul, right? Her soul is damaged because she's been with many men. Saying that, like, which one is more masterful, a key that can open a lock that can be unlocked by every key, or a specific lock that only takes one key, right? Clearly, like the lock that takes one key, that lock is more secure, right? It's kind of like that, for instance. You don't want to have many counselors, man. Let me jump. I want to get in Jeremiah. Let me get before I do that. In fact, let me jump down to verse 8. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. What does that mean? All right, I'm reading it again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend of their own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. What does that mean is you have a friend. You ever heard of saying like a fake friend? Oh, they're only there when everything is all good and dandy and they're having a good time, or hear countless celebrities talk about like, man, it's hard to find friends because a lot of people that say they're your friend, they like it like when you're on top and you have the money and you're traveling and everything is good, and the minute your calamity comes, they can't be found. Right? One time when your phone used to go off all the time, and you countless amount of people be calling you, talking to you, they want to be around you. The minute your calamity comes, right? Nobody want to be around you. Once again, who went through that was Job again, right? Job. So what is this wisdom right here? This verse is saying, right? Why is this important? What is this verse saying right here? It says, I'm reading again. For some man is a friend of their own occasion, right? When you have some people out there, they're friends of other people off their own occasion, things that they may want, right? They see what they need from that person, right? That man or woman, right? And sisters, you sisters should know this, right? She's only cool with you because what? You provide something, or she wants something, or whether it's your mother, your father, or he, or you know what I mean? Whether it's your best friend since high school, or she don't come around, you hot now, and you know what I mean? You all over the media or whatever the hell it is, right? And she want to come around now, right? And what it says right here, it says, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. But the minute you fall, right, people start talking bad about you. Job went through that. The minute his calamity came, he lost his sons, right? He lost his riches, right? He was sick, right? His wife was a form of that. She did that, right? She was with the Most High. It was all dandy and cool and loving, and she loved the Most High, right? When her husband had everything. But the minute her husband started going through calamity and hard time, what did she do? She tried to compel her husband not to deal with the Most High, right? That ain't no friend. She was no friend. She never did believe it to begin with, right? That's why the UPK, we say what? Like if you leave here the UPK, then you just never really was here to begin with. You never was really here to begin with. I've seen a lot of men come and go. I've seen a lot of women come and go, right? I've seen a lot of them come and go. But the ones only time will tell who is really like with the truth, right? With the home of the truth in I.S.U.P.K. We're going to jump down to 8 and 19, right? Ecclesiasticus 8, chapter 19. It says, open not thy heart to every man, lest he requireth thee with a shrewd turn. Woof, woof, right? Read that again. It says, Ecclesiasticus 8 and 19. Open not thine heart to every man. What does it mean to open your heart to every man? From a man's standpoint, what does it mean, right? If you're a man, right? What does it mean to open your heart to every man? Meaning like you assume everyone like is your friend, right? Every man have the same morals and discipline that you have. You can't do that with every man. You can't just be so welcoming to every man you see, right? That's what so once again, this class is about wisdom, right? How to survive the wisdom of this time, right? How to survive the times that we're in today. We're going in the Bible. We're touching on some of the key wisdom that the Most High gave us here in this Bible and how to survive in your everyday life, specifically how to survive in today's America, right? Donald Trump's America, right? How to survive in this time. So we're reading those wisdom and we're breaking down those wisdom, right? Read it again. We're in the Apocrypha, right? Once again, if anybody know anything about the Bible, the Apocrypha lines up between the Old Testament and the New Testament, right? So give an example. The Old Testament would be like the first 5 books, right? You have Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, all the first 5 books, right? So the Apocrypha falls in between right before Christ came, but right after the Old Testament, right? That's what we're in. We're in Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 19. It says, open not thy eyes or not thy heart to every man, lest he requireth thee with a shrewd turn. You can't open your eye to every man. Why? Once again, if you're a man out there, because it says, unless he require thee with a shrewd turn, he'll switch on you. They're gonna switch on you. That's why you can't open your eyes to every man. You have you have to put them under a certain level of like what you call like in I.S.U.P.K. We have a system where we go by, right? You come into the truth, you're a young man, right? You get time to shed yourself of the world. Then after you spend time getting shed yourself of the world, you become a trooper, right? Become a trooper, you put in work, you become a trooper, then you become an officer of 50, right? Then you go up from there, depending on your responsibilities and how you go in the school, right? That is a system, right? Meaning that we don't just take every man that come through the door and turn our heart to them. Like what? We don't know you, man. And not to make you're the same. Not everybody, not everyone that's Israel is Israel. You know what I mean? Not everyone that's because the Israelites they're with you. It kind of another way we could turn it right to the sisters, right? You can't open your heart to every man, right? A lot of these sisters out there should know this. You cannot open your heart to every man. Why? Why it's important you can't open your heart to every man. Reason being is because you don't know that man's heart. You know that man's wisdom, right? You don't know what intentions he have for you. You have sisters that open their heart to a man. Like first night she meet him, right? She at the club, she dancing, party, and all that. The club, and she bring it back home to her house, right? And he ended up killing the sister. He turned on her. She opened her heart to him, right? You have sisters that I don't know, the sisters out there that know that they never had a father, right? Their father left them when they were young. So what do? Natural thing for a lot of sisters like that is, and they should understand this, is they hope in their heart to every man. They put a smile onto them. All I got to do is tell them they're pretty. As a woman, you do not want that, right? You don't want to be that kind of woman. You don't want to hope in your heart to every man. That's not wise. That's why the Most High said what? The Ecclesiasticus I just read in verse 6. He said what? You want to have but one counselor, man. Especially in today's time of a woman, you want to have but one. You don't want to do that. I'm telling you, as a woman, you do not want to do that. Especially when you're so vulnerable in today's time. All the wickedness going on, right? We're gonna drop that one, and we're gonna jump to Ecclesiastes. Actually, no. Let's go to Psalms, right? Psalms 37 and 16. In fact, let me get it. Psalms 37 and 16. Let me get it on my phone. Psalms chapter 37, verse 16. Try to make this go a little bit. I don't have a reader today, so. In fact, I know I'm gonna get one of these brothers, man, to be here on Thursday. I mean, so we can read it. Psalms 30, 37, and 16. Psalms 37 and 16 says, oh, so I get 37, 16. Psalms 37, 16 says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Perfect example, right? That right there should be self-explanatory. If anybody know anything, I always told you, man, Proverbs and Psalms give you that discipline you need, man. Right? If you have a son out there, like you want to start him off, you and him breaking down Proverbs and our Psalms, right? Right? No different than a woman, like you have a daughter, you want to make sure you get the right breakdown from the man, from your husband. You're going to make sure you teach your daughter, man. You want to get that discipline in Psalms and Proverbs, right? These are scriptures that prolong your life, right? Make sure you have a long and prosperous life, right? And be able to avoid the time what's coming today, right? Psalms 37 and 16 says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked, right? What does that mean? Take Will Smith, right? The Most High saying is a righteous man, the little he has, right? The little the righteous man has, that's better than Will Smith. How do you know that? How do you know? Will Smith is rich. Will Smith have all the money, all the women, and man, according to what a lot of people are saying. This ain't me, Will, right? This is a story that's going around about you. You better clear it up. You better come out and you got to make a stand and do something. You know how the Israelites are like, word around the city is you have lust for many men, right? And women, right? Like a dog, a beast, right? Something that would sleep with anything, right? They're saying is take a man like Will Smith, right? And a righteous man. say a man that has one woman, right? Or two women. Most I saying that that one man right there, that's one or two women, is better than. And the reason I'm using this, the reason I'm using this is because in today's time, we all know that the world that we live in today is a very vanity, like a vanity-filled world, right? So what I mean by that is you have men today. Let me give you an example. So take a woman with a lot of men. The world look at her to be a filthy dog, in which she is, right? Which she is. But you look at a man with a lot of women, they look at that to be what? Oh man, that's a successful man. Even other women, how do you know? Because those same men that have more than one woman chasing after them and whatnot, the reason why those women are chasing after them or want them is the same reason why that one woman want them, right? You have men out there that has no wives, right? And women don't want them, right? But you have a man out there that all these few women are searching or chasing after. In today's time, we look at that to be like, man, he's the man and he's cool and he's the Bible saying is that's contrary to what the Bible's saying. I'll give an example. The Bible saying is Will Smith, the way he make his money from doing movies, right? And quote unquote selling his soul. The most I saying is, you see the man that's meek and humble, the man that get up and go to work every day, he has more than Will Smith. Even though Will Smith on the outer surface looks as if he has everything. He has a jet. He's flying to Abu Dhabi, right? He's flying to what's that place where everybody go to? All them women get flown out. What is it? Yeah, no, it is Abu Dhabi, right? Stories all those women are getting flown out. I think it's Abu Dhabi, right? One of them places in the Middle East where they all go and get like piss on and Salakia, my language. I mean, they all go and get feces on them and and all that by tons of different men, right? The most I saying is this: those men, even though they're rich, they have nothing because they lost their soul, right? Right? They lost their soul. They're wicked. Look what they did to get it. Whereas the righteous man, he has less. He gets up and work every day. He gets up and go to work every day. Yes, he has less money than Will Smith. Absolutely. But he's righteous. Why? Why is he righteous? Because he keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? He know that thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not eat this. Thou shalt not carry on this way. Whereas the rich, the wicked man, he has no bounds in which he go to. There is none, right? That's why that is so. Let's get some more wisdom, right? But give me John chapter 5, verse 39. We're gonna go to 39, then we're gonna jump to 46. So yes, John chapter 5, verse 39. John 5, 39. John chapter 5, verse 39 says, 39, then we're going to jump to 46. So 39 first, he says, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. Once again, in John right here, this is Christ speaking, right? It's in red letters, right? This is in John, in red letters. It says, I'm going to read it again from the top. Salakia. John chapter 5, verse 39. It says, search the scriptures. What does it mean to search the scriptures? Mean like study the scriptures. The Most High said what? You have to study yourself, study to show yourself approved, right? Paraphrasing. I'm saying, you have to put in work. You have to study these scriptures. You got to read your Bible, right? And put in the work. Search to and fro, right? Go get the counsel from the wise men and break this down. And that's what you be able. That's what it means to search. So search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have the eternal life, right? And they are they which testify of me. Meaning what? Everyone that search these scriptures, they have eternal life, right? And how do you know that? Christ is saying here, you have him in him, right? Because those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, those that once again, I said it earlier, the ones that follow Christ, right? Ones that are after Christ's own heart, right? Who will speak of that in the Bible? It was what was it? David. They said David was a man after the Most High's heart, right? Dubai, right? Dubai, Thailand. Really, Thailand, huh? I know that. So yeah, Dubai is one of them. Definitely open your heart, sir. Man, will. Poor choices, broken relationships, hurt, disappointment. Yes, that's what it means, right? Open your heart to every man who will have you poor choices. Yep, that's I definitely take that. A man will treat his mother integrity and dignity. His wife, Khan. Yes, I'm assuming that was from earlier something I read, but Dubai was the one I was thinking of, right? Dubai was the one I was thinking of 100%. I'm gonna jump down to verse 46. It says, For had he believed Moses, he would have believed me, for he wrote of me. What does that mean? The Most High is saying that if any man, right? In fact, I'm gonna jump up one verse, right? I'm gonna read verse 45 first before I jump to verse 46. He said, Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuse you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. For had he believed Moses, he would have believed me, for he wrote of me. I mean, the Most High is saying, Christ is saying what here? Salakia. Christ is saying that. You see the ones that didn't follow Moses back then, right? Moses accused, the law of Moses condemned them, right? The ones that didn't follow Moses back then, didn't follow Moses' laws back then, like didn't believe in Moses, like didn't believe in him. Why? Because Moses wrote of Christ, right? Christ is saying it right here. Moses wrote about him, right? I don't know what that is. David, I don't know what that is. But yes, because Moses wrote of the Most High, right? Moses wrote of Christ, Salakia. Christ is saying what? You want to make sure. You want to make sure. You want to make sure. You believe in me. You want to make sure that the same ones that didn't believe in Moses is the ones that didn't believe in him, right? So Christ is saying that Moses' law already accused them, right? Because they didn't believe in Moses. They didn't follow Moses. Don't forget, a lot of people turned from Moses, right? When Moses went up to salt with the Most High, right? Even after he led them out of Egypt, when he came back, the people was in all manner of wickedness, right? They was in all manner of wickedness when Moses got back. It was so bad, the Most High wanted to be done with the nation of Israel then. He wanted to kill everybody and start off with just Moses alone, right? He started the people with Moses out of Moses' seed. Moses pleaded the Most High, right? He pleaded the Most High not to do that. You go ahead and read that story. He pleaded the Most High not to kill his people because he said, why? He says, because the other nations, the way they would look at you. If you kill all your people here in this wilderness, the other nations would go like, what the hell is this? He brought them out of Egypt. These people was following him, and he killed them in the desert. That would be the reputation of the Most High. So the Moses want to protect the Most High's reputation. So Christ is saying here, they didn't believe in a man like that. And he wrote about me. So certainly they ain't gonna believe in me, right? Get Romans 16 and 25. Romans chapter 16, verse 25. Romans 16 and 25. Romans chapter 16, verse 25. Now, it's a lot here. See, that's another thing too you got to worry about with the app. With the app, a lot of commercials are coming with that app. King James Version 1611. So like I'm gonna read off my my phone. 16 and 25, and it says, Romans chapter 16, verse 25 says, now to him that is of the power of the establish, right? You according to my gospel and the preaching of Yahweh Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world's beginning. I'm reading from the top again. You can get the wisdom from that one. Romans chapter 16. Let me know if you can hear me good, right? Give me a 1 or a con if you can hear me. Just give me a con if you can hear me. Salaki, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Hey, Tuarak. Hey, Tuarak, I appreciate it. You hear me now? I'm getting y'all texts. Con, can you hear me? Okay, Salaki on that. Yeah, because I'm like, I knew, because I don't know if you guys could hear me earlier. I guess it was trouble with the mic or something earlier, so I kind of clicked on this here, but I guess I turned it off when I clicked on it. So said I start from that again, right? I start from the top again. So we're at Romans chapter 16, verse 25, right? Romans chapter 16, verse 25. It says, now to him that is the power of the establish, right? You according to my gospel. That establish is like, establish mean like old fashioned, right? Old fashioned or ancient or old times, right? So he's saying to, now that we understand what establish means, we can read it. It said, now, so y'all can still hear me, right? I'm still getting a text saying y'all can't hear me. Yo, you hear me? Am I good? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Con, okay, yeah, okay, all right. That establish is like old English for like old fashioned, right? Old English itself, right? Kind of something old and vintage, right? So it says, now to him that is, once again, we're at Romans chapter 16, verse 25. It says, now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel. Right? What gospel that is? The old gospel, right? The gospel of Moses, right? And the preaching of Jesus Christ or Yahushua, right? According to the revelation of my mystery, which was kept secret since the world's beginning. But now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandments of the everlasting God, made known to all nations, for the obedience of faith. Meaning today, right? There's absolutely, ever since the beginning of time, right? Ever since the beginning of time, right? This gospel, this gospel's. You ever heard someone say like, ever heard someone, anyone that believes in another religion, they say what? Oh, like the Muslims, they say, oh man, Muhammad was around, or the Muslim Bible that was around before Christ. That was that was around before Christ. Or you hear a lot of the what is it called? Like Edomites, man. They believe in that what are Edomites? They believe in it again. It's called the um Vikings. Whoever seen the Vikings, the god of the Vikings, the Phrates and all them. They said, oh man, the Bible came from that. You see, everyone that have speak on it, like that's all lies. That's all lies, man. That's absolutely all lies. How do you know? How do you know it's all lies? Here's how you prove it's all lies, right? This is one of the, I think I got this one from, I think it was Captain Mashak. I think said, or Captain Zarek said this one, right? Here's how you know. Take the flood, right? The flood that happened with Noah and the ark, right? No, we all know the story of Noah and the ark and his 3 sons, and they populated the earth. And Noah and his 3 sons, 8 people survived, right? Noah, his 3 sons, right? It's 4 of them. Each had their wives, 8 people, right? That populated the earth. That same story, Chinese got a story of that. The East Indians got a story of that. What else? So the so-called white man have a story of that. Everybody have a story of the flood. That's how you know that we've been around since the beginning of time. That's what this is saying here, right? That establishes that old, like it means like vintage, old, right? So he says, now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel, right? And the preaching of Jesus Christ, or Yahushua, according to the revelation of my mystery, which was kept secret since the world's beginning. Verse 26 says, but now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandments of the everlasting God, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith. Every nation in the face of the earth know this wisdom now. What I mean by know this wisdom, they know of the Most High, right? How do they know of the Most High? They know about the Israelites. Everybody got a story of the Israelites. Don't forget about Muhammad's story. Muhammad's story came about how Muhammad was like a cattle herder, I think it was. If I'm getting the history right. I don't know if Amatza, if you're in the building now, can get me right on this, right? He was like a cattle herder, like what East Indians call it, like what they do today as a cab driver. He was a damn cab driver, right? He used to come by and see how the Israelites carried themselves, right? How the men of the Lord were having camp, and they all believe in but one God, right? And how together they was and united and is strong. He seen that, and he was looking at his people, and he was saying, damn, we got corn gods. We got the cow god, right? We got God of thunder. We got a God of all these different things. He went back and said his people were people of confusion. He wanted to take the Israelite like laws and statutes, and he made that into his own and made that for the Muslims. That's who Muhammad was. He just like the white man, right? The so-called white man. Muhammad is just a carbon copy. That's all he is. He's a thief. Anybody go read the history of Muhammad? Muhammad is a thief, right? The Muslim religion they got from the Israelites, man. That's a fact. He was a cab, like today we call like a cab driver, right? Taxi driver. That's what he was. A cattle driver. He used to drop people off, man, and see the men of God speak, and he liked what they were saying. No different than today. You have white people go up today, right? And they see the man of the Lord when we have camp, and they go, man, what they're saying is true in the Bible. And what they do is they go and start their own cult and their own religion and a bunch of nuts and follow behind them. You know what I'm saying? That's no different than today, man. Muhammad was no different. There's nothing special about Muhammad, man. Absolutely nothing. I'm saying special about him. Let's get Hebrews 10 and 7. Right? Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Now that story, I gotta do a whole class on that Muhammad, man. You be surprised, man. Muhammad was no different than any one of them, man. Muhammad was a thief, man. He was no different. In fact, I think in the Quran, it speak on about the Bible in the Quran. It speak that it got its influence from the Bible. I want to say in the Quran. You don't quote me on that, but I want to say it speak on that, right? So Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7, it says, "Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God." Once again, a little recap on this class, right? This class is about wisdom, right? This class is about wisdom. What I'm doing is I'm going in the Bible, I'm pulling out some wisdom that the Most High gave us to survive during this time, right? Survive during this time, right? And how to maneuver in today's time, how to prolong your life, right? So you don't get wrapped up in everything going on with Trump and America and get destroyed in today's time, right? That's what this wisdom is for, right? Going in here and pulling some wisdom out, and we're breaking it down, right? Then said, in fact, before I get that, let's go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 31. Get 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 31, right? 1 verse 31. First Corinthians chapter 1 verse 31 says, he says, that according as it is written, he has glorified him, glorified in the Lord. What is the Most High saying here? What is the Most High saying here? Everyone, in today's time, what's the to me one of the biggest the biggest addiction today in today's time? You ever heard a lot of people talk about, man, like so and so, these guys are crash outs. A lot of time when you hear that, these men are crashing out. Whether it's Little Dirk on the internet, he's doing things and then put it in his music and rapping about it, knowing that the FBI is handing out RICOs and rounding people up, but he'll put that in a song. All of this is a clout. They call attention, right? To be glorified today. That's why he said the love of the people. If a person, you ever heard of saying like, oh, he's the people's champ? A person that's a people's champ ain't a champ for real. Because as quick as the people are to glorify you, they'll turn on you. How do you know that? Who do they famously turn on in the Bible? Who do they famously turn on in the Bible, right? The most famous man in the Bible they turn on, right? Don't forget, they didn't want to kill him. I think the Romans at the time, they didn't want to be responsible for killing Christ, right? They didn't want to be, but he was like, yo, this is what these people want, and hey, I wash my hands with it. You know what I mean? That's on them. That's them doing this. Right? The love of the people to be glorified, right? You want to make sure the only glorifying you get, sis or brother, the only glorifying you should be searching for, validation is not from your mother, not from your father. You know what I'm saying? Because in today's time, we know that our mother and father, we know that from coming to the I.S.U.P.K, they didn't know what they were talking about. All respect to them. You know what I mean? You want to love and honor them. I mean, you want to treat them kindly because they are your mother and father, but at the same time, you want to make sure you put your God first. You want to have your God glorified. You want to get glorifying the Most High, right? That's what you want to glorify. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what you want to glorify. Why? Because once again, that's the only way to survive what's to come. That's the only way. That is the only way. You got to be able to stay out your head. You got to can't let that demon like pull you. I'm telling you, you have to be able to fight that lust. You have to be able to fight that demon that want to be rebellious and just wild and go smoke weed and drink and party and not listen to your father, your husband. No one can control you. You want to be free, as you call it. You want to be free and wild and do what you want to do. That is a demon. And that demon wants to destroy you. And the reason why it wants to destroy you is, who can tell me, why would a demon want to destroy you? Anybody in there want to tell me, why would a demon want to destroy you? Specifically you. Why? Give about 10 seconds. Anybody can tell me why. Why would the demon want to destroy you so bad? Why would a demon want to destroy you so bad? Give about another 10 seconds. What you have to ask yourself is, what makes me so special that this demon wants me to do this so bad? That's what you have to ask yourself, huh? What makes me so special? Why you want me to do this? You could have anybody else who do this. Why you want me? Why? Why would the demon want you? Reason being is because you are called unto God. Every brother and sister that come into the I.S.U.P.K to test your faith, I take that. I definitely take that. So we don't serve the Most High. I definitely take that. True. I definitely take that up. I definitely take that one. You know what I'm saying? I take both those, and that's the reason why. Because you're called, man. You're chosen. I told you. If anybody watch, ever since I came in here, I became a priest, man. I started teaching class. I've been saying, like, you know how excited this is. If we one day they will write stories about us. I'm telling you, they're gonna write stories about us. They're gonna write stories about us. I mean, the men who commanded during YAHANNA, the men in Arizona, and the men in I think the brother. Well, you say you're from Austin? I think you say he's from. I mean, the men in California, the men in Washington D.C. and the works that they were doing. You hear all the stories. I'm telling you, they're gonna write stories about this, man. They're gonna write stories about how courageous we were. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure you're in that story, man. You want to make sure you keep the law, statutes, commandments, so your sons can carry on your name. You know what I'm saying? The other nations will be whispers of your name. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want, man. That's what the Most High require for all of us Israelites. Because he said we are kings unto them. We're gods unto these other nations, man. The Most High said the Israelites are God unto these other nations. We are above them. We're in rulership over them. And they should be subjugated to us. And the reason why they're not subjugated to us is because we have fallen from our throne. And the only way for us to come back to our throne is to do what? To gain glory in the Most High. That's the way we're going to come back to the Most High, right? The reason why he wants you is he wants you because the Most High is seeking you out. That's why he wants you. See how you clean up your life, right? If you notice, once you start cleaning up your life, that's when the demon come after you even more. Once you start cleaning up your life. Once you're getting your life together now, you starting to like come up out of the dust, take a shower, you cleaning off, and that's when he's coming after you even more now. He wants you even more now. When at one time, you were just living life free, right? Drinking, smoking, whatever you want, as much as you want. You're going to party, sleeping with whoever you want. But you know as well as me, that's why he came into the I.S.U.P.K. There was no substance with that. You know there was something missing. Right? Your spirit. Most High was calling you onto, you know what I mean? Once again, make no misunderstanding. We don't choose the Most High. The Most High chooses us. That's what every man and woman must understand. You don't get to pick, well, I'm choosing. The Most High chose you. It's your job now to carry that throne, right? To carry that burden that Christ had to carry with. He died for us. So it's your job now to put in that time, man, that hardship, right? It's your time now. Let's get Acts 26 and 22. Acts chapter 26, verse 22. Right? Acts. It's 22. And it says, Acts chapter 26, verse 22 says, having therefore obtained help of God, the Most High, I continue on to this day, witnessing both small and great, saying, none other things than those which prophets and Moses did say should come. That Christ, verse 23, that Christ should suffer and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead and should showeth light unto the people and to the Gentiles, right? What wisdom is this? How does this relate to today? In fact, let's jump to verse 21, All right, central. Let's get Acts 26, verse 21. It says, "For these causes the Jews caught me in the temple and went about to kill me. Having therefore obtained help of God, I continue unto this day, witnessing both small and great sayings, none other things that those which the prophets and Moses did say should come." And what should come? Verse 23 answered it, that Christ should suffer, that he should be the first that should rise from the dead, and should showeth light unto the people and to the Gentiles. Right? Why is that important? Why is that important today? The reason why that's important today, because we're living this same thing again. We're those prophets, and we're telling you again, right? The sayings that we're saying, we're going on the streets, right? The sayings, we're screaming to you like, listen, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. God, Christ is coming back, right? He's coming back with a 200 plus man army, right? He's coming back to wage war. He's not coming back to hug and sing kumbaya. You have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Christ itself, he's coming back. He shall be resurrected. He's coming back, right? You heard who's seen that that video with Captain Cesario, that new podcast that he was in? If anybody know the podcast, you can put it down there in the chat for me. The podcast that Captain Zariak just did. If anybody you have a time, you definitely want to watch Cap on that podcast, right? It's very important to get an insight on the so-called white man. So Cap, when he was in that podcast, Cap saying that, well, Christ is not coming back for hugs and kisses. He's coming back to wage war. He said it to Edomite, right? To the so-called white man. You know what the white man said? The white man said out of his mouth, he said, well, Christ come back with an army. Cap was like, yeah, it's come back with like a 200 million man army. He goes, what? That's not going to matter. We got an excellent military. He's like, our military, we have a top-notch military. I don't think Jesus Christ is ready for all that. I don't think Christ is ready for all that yet. Our military is strong. We're this, we're that. This came out of his mouth. And what's crazy is here's what Israelites must understand. You see how much as it's foreign to have us. We hear that and we go, what? He said, what? How could he say, hell no? He said, what? You see how weird that sounds to us? That should show you how these people, they're a different matter of people than we are. Right? These people, we're not the same people. We're not the same people, right? You find that in Genesis. I think it was Genesis 21. Genesis chapter, I think it's Genesis 15. Is it, or 21? No, Genesis. See if I can get it real quick. It's two matter of people. You find that in hold and boom. Give me a minute, Salakia. Find that in Genesis 20. I knew it was in Genesis, man. I knew it was in Genesis. Genesis chapter 25, right? Genesis 25 and Genesis 25. We're gonna start at 23. So if anybody know anything about this, right? This is the birth of this, what we call Esau, right? The so-called white man, right? We're gonna start from Genesis 25 and verse 21. It says, and Isaac. So give you a little backstory. So this is about Isaac and Rebekah, right? Rebekah was pregnant, right? Rebekah was pregnant with twins in her womb, and her twins that she had. In fact, I'm gonna read the story, right? This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 20, and it says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife. So he took Rebekah at 40 years old to wife, right? The daughter of Bethel, the Syrian of Paddan Padaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. Verse 21, it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So if you know what barren means, she couldn't have children, right? So Rebecca couldn't have children, she was barren. So Isaac entreated the Lord, right? He went to the wise men. He went to go speak to the kind of like, so back then in Israel, the wise men, they were kind of like a channel in between the people and the Most High, the angels, right? To carry back news unto the Most High, right? So you want something and pray for something, or if something's going wrong in your life, like you go to the wise men. Hey, why is this happening? Why is this? And he entreats the Lord for you, right? So that's what's going on here. So it says, and Isaac, start from verse 21 again. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebecca, his wife, conceived. So Rebecca ended up getting pregnant. So the Most High heard him out, like and blessed him, right? So Rebecca conceived a child, right? So child, right? So verse 22, and it says, and the children struggled, meaning more than one, right? The children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, and she's like, my God, like. So they're struggling within her. So you can imagine, right? They're having twins, right? They're struggling, they're fighting inside her womb. So you can imagine the immense pain that she's in, right? She's like, if it be so, like if it's supposed to be a blessing, right? If it be so, why am I thus? Like, why am I in so much pain if it's supposed to be a blessing from God and God grant us with this? Why am I going through such pain in having these children? And she went and inquired with the Lord, right? So she went and took it to the Lord. Like if it's a blessing, Most High, why am I going through this, right? And verse 23, it says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, right? Two nations mean two different two nationality of people, right? Two different people, right? And it says, and two manner of people, right? Two manner meaning two separate people, right? Two different people, right? And it says, shall be separated from thy bowels. And it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. This is very important to understand, right? Understand this wisdom, right? So it says, and the one people shall be stronger. So it's two twins, right? They're fighting within the womb, and she's getting an explanation of why she's going through such hardship, because she's giving birth to two different nations, right? And it says right here, one people shall be stronger than the other people. That's Jacob and Esau, right? The so-called Black Hispanics and Native American Indians. That's one children was Jacob, right? That's one of the child is in the womb. And Esau, the so-called white man, that's the other child is in the womb, right? And it's saying one people shall be stronger than the other. We all know who's stronger than the other. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child is stronger, better than anything on the face of the earth, than any white man, woman, and child. We're better than everything. We're better than everything than them, right? And it said, the one people shall be stronger than the other. And it said, and the other people than the other. And he said, and the elder shall serve the younger. Why is that important to know? The elder shall serve the younger, which means that the elder, so usually if the first one come out, it's standard that the little brother, the second one, got to serve the older one. That's a very standard thing through history. Like it's kind of, for instance, like your sister should know, you got kids, right? Or your brother should even know, right? You got kids. And let's say you have two kids. One is older than the other one. You tell the younger one what? Listen to your brother. Then you give rules to the older ones that they must follow. Don't open the door. Don't open the door for nobody. Don't ever go next to the door, right? These are rules they lay down, right? Now imagine going to the younger one and saying that, listen, I want you are in charge. That's kind of abnormal, right? That's what's being happened here. It's saying that the older, meaning Esau came out first, so-called white man, he shall serve the younger. And if you read up on that story, man, that story tells you the perpetual hatred and what they have against us, right? Well, let's jump back to we're going to close class out. Let's jump back to 1 John 5 and 10. In fact, yes, 1 John chapter 5 verse 10. Let's get 1 John chapter 5 verse 10. 1 John chapter 5 verse 10. 1 John 5 and 10 says, "He that believeth on the Son of God hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not God has made him a liar, because he believeth not the records that God gave of his Son." Here's what that's important to close class out with, right? I told you about the podcast that Cap is in. So if you get a chance to go watch that, man, you definitely want to go watch our podcast that Cap had, right? The so-called white man that was in there, he didn't believe the records of the Most High. He didn't believe in Christ. He didn't believe in Christ. He has no love, no respect at all for Christ. Not at all. That's the reason why they carry on the way they carry on. See, there's no way for a nation of people to respect Christ. They can't respect Christ and hate black people. It doesn't make sense. That's why there's no such thing as a white man or woman that's serving God. No. The reason being is because to serve God for any white man, woman, and child is to you be a subject unto the Israelites. That's why I just read it. It said the older shall serve the younger. You are to serve the Israelites. You're not put in a place. No different than a woman is not put in a place to lead. The so-called white man is not put in a place to be an authority of nobody. That's the reason why the world is upside down today. The world is upside down today because so-called white man, he ruled the earth. There shall be no peace in the earth while Esau ruled. There is no peace here. That's the reason why, because Esau is in rulership. Esau is in rulership, so the world is in calamity. I'll read that. That's the last one. They said when the righteous are in rulership, right? God said when the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. Good, I'm gonna pull that one right now for you, right? When the righteous are in rulership, that one is in Proverbs 29. Proverbs chapter 29. Proverbs 29 and 2. Proverbs chapter 29 and 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. What does that mean? Meaning this world as we know, this world is not in righteousness. So that's why there's no rejoicing going on. There's nothing but sadness and calamity and fear and tears all throughout the earth. Ask Selena Gomez, who was crying earlier, if this world is rejoicing. Ask the Mexican brothers are getting deported if this world is in rejoicing. Ask them. Ask the fatherless, right? Ask the little boy that grew up without a father. I do not have any father. Ask him. Go ahead. Ask him. Ask a girl who do not have a father. Ask a young girl that's fatherless with no guidance, with no man to take responsible for her. Ask him. Ask her. Ask a brother that can't pay his bills, right? Because he's working 2 jobs and still have enough money to take care of him and his family. Ask him if this world is righteous. It says right here, Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. We're in mourning right now. You find that in Proverbs 29 and 2. Right there, read. We're in mourning right now. The reason why we're in mourning right now is because the wicked rule. The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Every white man, woman, and child is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that's why the earth is in such calamity. And the earth would not get any better until Black Hispanics and Native American Indians come together and start keeping this law, statutes, and commandments. And the minute that happened, the world would start to rejoice. You start to see less babies getting kidnapped. Young girls getting sold into sex trafficking and all young boys into trafficking and getting murdered and killed, and they find a bus full of babies out in Mexico. You find less of that if the righteous were in rulership. But as long as the wicked rule, you're going to find more and more of that. Once again, with I.S.U.P.K coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayat. Here in Arizona, we got classes once again from Tuesday through Friday. We got classes from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we got classes on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. noon. All Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are to come and get in class. We're located at 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive. And with that, I say shalom.